We're in Probe Records in Liverpool. Probe Records has got legendary status amongst people into music in Liverpool as being one of the best suppliers of music around right throughout the ages. Originally located on Button Street near the Eric's nightclub, it was a central point for people who had eclectic taste, would pick up the music, whether they were mods, goths, rockers, skins, punks, you name it. We're here today to look at that and to try and find out what has made Liverpool special, why the Guinness Book of Records has crowned Liverpool as the capital of pop. Liverpool has had 56 #1 hit singles, more than any other city in Britain. And what we're looking to try and find out today, why is that people in Liverpool, if not other people elsewhere, think that Liverpool's special, particularly around music.
Don't call me all the time, I'm all alright. I got music on my mind. I see you when I'm passing.
Museums can be as boring as hell. My abiding memory when I was a kid of going around museums was wondering what time I was going to get out to the ice cream van that I'd spotted on my way in. But we're going to go to something a bit livelier and a bit different, and I think something that will really engage you. It's called the And the Beat Goes On exhibition, and it's in the World Museum, Liverpool. And it's an exhibition that tries to capture the whole history of Liverpool music.
As you can see, we've collected a massive amount of material for it, and we had to go out and find that in lots of different places. So from university archives to museums to libraries, through to record companies and the musicians themselves. So lots of people made this possible.
Some people might say, well, isn't that a little bit arrogant of one city in its own museum to celebrate its own music? But why is that being done in Liverpool?
I think it is something that's growing actually in museum culture, that there is that recognition that popular music is a very important subject to look at. It's part of our social world. And so looking at it in different ways, thinking about the contribution of local performers, but also thinking about the ways in which it sort of feeds back into the city is very important.
I got into music broadcasting through various influential people, especially for start, someone like Joe Ankara, for example.
Tell me about this man, Joe Ankara.
Yeah, well, when I was young, coming from London to Liverpool, in order to find out a lot about Liverpool's music history, this is one of the people that I thought was instantly influential for me, was Joe Ankara. There were soul artists, there were R&B artists, and as you know, it influenced a lot of R&B, even hip-hop that's going on in Liverpool to this day, and I always see Joe Ankara as that influential person that I thought a lot of people wanted to aspire to be like, because he did achieve a lot during that era, especially with going up against the Beatles. The club culture now is a lot more diverse, and I think that urban music, it can grow. It's always been here. It did die down for a little bit, but I think that there is a growing culture and a growing subculture within urban music again, and I think it's just coming to fruition now.
And the Beat Goes On is at the World Museum, Liverpool, until the 1st of November. It's free, it's worth a visit, and I think you'll find out a lot more about music in Liverpool than you thought you knew. Now we're going to move on to a venue that's still live, one of the most crucial venues for the development of musicians in Liverpool, and aptly named really after Liverpool's political strife in the past. It's called the Picket.
For me, it was an attempt to use the thing that one of my favourite things in life, music, to connect with people, keep people connected, and to do some benefit. So I was asked basically to set up a recording studio there at the Flying Picket, and it eventually evolved into a live music venue as well. One of the sort of basic things that we've kept in place is the whole young band thing. They keep in touch with young people, and provide safe and good and quality facilities for them, and hopefully they'll produce something out of it. The Wombats, one of the most recent successes, played here after their big success, thanks to Joy Division and all that. And he comes on stage and goes, "It's great to be back at the Picket. I played at the old Picket when I was 14, and it's great, this new place."
I've only been able to show you today a snapshot of the Liverpool music scene. But what you've seen today and the exhibition And the Beat Goes On is not a bad place to start. But as any music fan knows, you want to get outside of the museum and get into the live venues, out to the record shops, all the places where you can really enjoy and experience music. I'd suggest taking a trip here, checking out the museum, checking out Probe, other record shops, coming down to the Picket, anywhere you can find the music you like. Hopefully you enjoy it, maybe come back again in the future.
Hallelujah!